Hello, everyone. Let me know in the chat if you can hear me. I'm on time today. I was supposed to do this live stream yesterday, but I wasn't feeling good. Not that I'm feeling good now. I think I have fever even today, but I was thinking to just do weekly analysis, weekly outlook, and I will rest. Morning, Sophia, or Sophia. I don't know how is the right pronunciation. I might have internet connection issues. At least that's what it's saying here. Can I keep going or what's the status? It says here that viewers will experience buffering. Well, I hope that the recording will be fine. So if there is lagging now, maybe you can rewatch it later. So I'm gonna get started slowly with the analysis, and let me know in the chat if you if you cannot hear me or if there is too much lagging. Unfortunately, there is nothing I can do about the internet connection. Okay, first I'll start with the fundamentals of the week. So, as we know, every first week of the month we have non-farm payrolls, NFP, and we have other red news events. So today we have PMI. Tomorrow we have CPI for CHEF for the ones that are trading Swiss franc, and we have also job openings, and we have press conference. So as we can see, every single day we have red folder news, but the most important one is on Friday, NFP. Also, the Euro news that we have on Thursday, it's a monetary policy, so it's the same as FOMC for the dollar, but for the euro. So this is going to be a quite volatile week, and we should definitely take in consideration all these news events because it's going to cause volatility. And we know that with news, the risk for slippage and spread is quite high. So we should be careful with that. So today is PMI, as I mentioned, for ones trading EURUSD and GBPUSD as myself. We should be extra careful today. It will be 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then on Friday and Thursday during the monetary policy for euro. So those are the significant high impact news events that we should be aware of. But of course, we never know. Maybe even the services PMI are going to cause volatility. So if, let's say, a position is close to my entry or a stop loss, I would rather take it out before red folder news events. So now let's go back to the charts. But in terms of movements, I would anticipate some movements. It's going to be a volatile week. So I'm not going to say like, oh, I expect consolidation today and then movement on Friday because we have red folder news every single day, and those are quite important news events. So it's gonna be a volatile week ahead. So I'll start first with the monthly chart since it's the beginning of a new month. And this month we're starting a mindful trading challenge with my community, which I'm really excited about. So what we're going to be doing is uh, sharing our analysis and paying more attention on the way we feel and the thoughts that are passing through our mind when we are about to execute trades, before trades, during trades, after trades. So we're going to be writing in our journals in details our emotional states and our thoughts. But first, let me start with the analysis. And I can also show you a template that I prepared for this challenge. And if you want, I can share a link so you can duplicate it and use it yourself. In this template, you can also find the rules of my strategy. So if you want it, I can definitely share it with you. Let me show you how I started. I'm not sure if you're able to see my Notion now, or just let me know in the chat if you can see my Notion or you see just the web browser. Okay, you can see it. I see now. Well, so I already did the breakdown today. So, but I will do it on the charts by me explaining here. I've been just putting notes for myself, but I just wanted to share with you like how I'm planning to do uh, the journaling and the instructions that I will be giving to my community so that everyone can benefit from it. So, first, we have a weekly review, and on this weekly review, as you can see here, there is higher time frame markups, there is middle time frame markups, and there is lower time frame markups. So at the beginning of each week, I will be going through the monthly and weekly charts and writing in details what I see there. Then going on the daily and the 4 hour chart and writing the details there, and then going in a lower time frame and writing the details there. I will be doing I will be writing updates also in the middle of the week if there are updates and if price has moved. If there is just consolidation and my bias has not changed and my targets has not changed, then I'm not going to be updating it. But the plan is to always write down a detailed breakdown uh, before the week starts or at the beginning of the week, and then, if necessary, also midweek analysis. And at the end of the week, we will be writing reflection on the past week. So, how was the analysis? How was our mental state? If we followed our trading plan, and so on and so on. How we felt, if we were patient, if we got trapped from a FOMO, or in how we can deal with such kind of situations in the future. So here I broke down the monthly and the weekly, and I will be including also the news events for the week. Um, and then the daily and the 4 hour. And with the arrows, I've been drawing like what is the most likely scenario that I would be looking for. But yeah, don't worry, I'll go through all of this on the charts as well. And then the lower time frame, which is like more for today and tomorrow. But I do believe that we're gonna see a move today already with PMI. So this is about the weekly review. And then there is a template for each day. So let's say I'm about to execute a trade, then I will be writing all the conferences here with feelings before trade, during the trade, after the trade. And even if I want to include separate higher time frame, middle time frame, lower time frame markups, I will be including them here and additional comments if necessary. So from here, I will be selecting which pair, direction of different time frames, the confluences, and I have adapted all of that to my strategy. So you can all duplicate this Notion template and adjust it according to your strategy. In the Notion template, you can also see all the rules of my entry criteria. So yeah, I'm really nice. I'm gonna share everything with you. Um, so this will be something that I will be updating during, like, when I'm about to take a trade. But you can also, I can also include like daily analysis if I want to. I'm always sharing daily analysis with my community, except for days when I'm not feeling well and things are out of control. But yeah, we can either include the daily analysis each day here or just use this as a journal of the trades and breakdowns for the trades and then include the analysis um, in the same pages as the weekly analysis. So I can leave a link of this template in the description of this live stream, so you will be able to find it there. And now let me just jump on the charts and we can start with the analysis. So what we can see is that DXY tested this fair value, but price did not break to confirm that this bullish trend is going to continue. So we can see that price is in this range here. So I marked the high and the low where price is ranging. And from here, I will be waiting to see if price wants to continue lower or higher. It's currently it's 50-50. So I marked the previous monthly low and the previous monthly high. And the reason why I marked the previous monthly low is because I'm still kind of like more bullish on DXY overall, because we can see that the overall trend is bullish. So what we might see is price liquidating the previous monthly low, tapping into this point of interest that we have here, and then continuing on the upside. But we never know. So I will just let price tell me where it wants to go. Currently, we're in this range, and price has been ranging for way too long time. That's why I'm not surprised that we're going to just continue with this ranging market. But when we go to the weekly time frame, we can see that um, the weekly is showing that we have low resistance liquidity on the downside and we have low resistance liquidity on the upside. But if we pay attention to the market structure, we can see that we had a market structure break here and then we had another break of structure here, which is kind of like confirming this uptrend. And this zone here can be considered as internal liquidity in order to later on target the external liquidity, which is the previous monthly high. So, um, so what might happen is price coming and taking this previous monthly low as internal liquidity of this structure, and then targeting the external liquidity, which is the previous monthly high or this swing high that we have here. And when we drop on a lower time frame, things are becoming more clear. So the short term trend is a downtrend. We can see that after price took this trend line liquidity that we have here and created a high resistance liquidity pool, we shifted the order flow to bearish. So I have marked up this buy side and sell side liquidity pool just to mention how just to mention the examples that we had on liquidity movement. We have had like really nice price action, so to say, like, yeah, in this period, because price has been clearly just like going for buy side. Once we take buy side, we go for sell side, again buy side, again sell side. So that's why I marked all these liquidity pools for you to see like an example of how liquidity is driving price, because what moves price is the liquidity. So once we took this buy side liquidity, we shifted order flow into bearish. We took this sell side liquidity, tapped into this order block that we have here, and continued again lower. So we are respecting this bearish order PD arrays. And what I'm anticipating to see is price to keep creating, um, to keep this short-term bearish trend unless it says otherwise. And for me to shift my short-term bias on the weekly, daily time frame, I would like to see this high being violated. If we keep respecting those bearish PRAs that we have here, I believe that we're gonna first go for this trend line liquidity here, which is a low resistance liquidity pool, and the previous monthly low. And once we tap into this point of interest that we have here, then we might shift and have a continuation on the upside. But as of now, the last high that created the lower low is this one. So this is the significant high that will be protected if we want to continue on the downside. So if I go to the 4 hour chart, what we're gonna see is we took some buy side. Liquidity is in the form of swing highs and swing lows or imbalances. So we took already buy side. We took sell side here in the form of a trend line. We took again another buy side in form of a swing high. We took another sell side. So what is next is another buy side, internal buy side liquidity pool. Or if we want to continue on the upside, since we broke here, we might just see price continuing higher from here. But considering the daily time frame and considering the monthly time frame and how price looks at the moment, I would say that it's more likely to see price going lower first and taking this low resistance liquidity before continuing higher. But we will see. I will go on a lower time frame and mention there like what are the things that I would be anticipating if different zones get violated. So we had this sell side liquidity being taken, and what we can see here, like just from this structure, the overall is bearish, but this one here it broke for a bullish. The reason why I'm not bullish at the moment is because this is just an internal structure that is playing in this range. So what I'm going to be looking for is if price wants to, since we took sell side, we're gonna most likely go for buy side liquidity now. And this buy side liquidity can be easily seen if I drop on a lower time frame. So we have some form of trend line liquidity here. And the first point of interest that I will be looking at would be this one here. And the second point of interest that I would be looking at would be this one here in order to look for short opportunities or bullish opportunities on euro dollar. So price might just take Asia high as a liquidity pool, and we might have like a Judas swing set up today. But if you want to take more liquidity, then I'm not gonna be surprised if price goes for this swing high as well and comes into this point of interest. So I will be waiting for a confirmation in the lower time frame in order to take trades. If we get a confirmation here that we are in a form of a market structure break, and I want to see this break to be clear, preferably with displacement, then I will be looking for a short-term opportunity. And where would be the first target? The first target would be here, because if we pay attention to the 15 minutes time frame, what we might see today is price coming to here, respecting this order block, 15-minute order block, then coming to here, then going higher. And the reason why I'm saying that is because we price always tries to manipulate So first, it wants um, to trap traders that we're going on the downside. Then liquidate the ones that are not patient to wait for higher time frame setups, and then liquidate the ones that are early sellers. Then go higher. Then once it goes higher, it might make people think, okay, we're shifting bullish because we had like market structure breaks, and then respect the higher time frame point of interest and then go lower. So that's how you start. When you start creating such kind of understanding, that's when you realize that you can read price and you understand the narrative. You can build ideas behind your trades. So what I'm anticipating to see today is price coming to this order block and maybe dropping lower from here and then continue higher. Or if it doesn't want to stop here, we might continue higher and respect this point of interest before going lower. I'm always paying attention to zones that where my price might stop. So let's say, and I'm also paying attention to the order flow because the order flow is going to tell me if I can keep a trade or I should just keep my target to be, for example, here. So for the beginning of the week or for today or tomorrow, I'm bearish on DXY and I'm anticipating to see price respecting this high here. If we don't respect this high here, then I will be wrong with my bias and I will rather stay away until I see that price is more clear. And the reason why I'm saying that I would like to see this order block being respected, and if it doesn't get respected, I'm going to stay away, is because if we pay closer attention to how structure is now, when we took this sell side liquidity and created this higher low, we created a higher high, and price never broke this higher low. So price might want to continue just going higher from here. And if that happens, then I'll be looking if the order flow will be bullish and looking for bullish PD arrays in order to join this trend, so to say. So this is my view on DXY for the beginning of the week. A summary. So we are in this range, and my first target will be this low resistance liquidity if we respect this point of interest that we have here. So this is for the beginning of the week. If we go to euro dollar, we see we have the exact same thing, just inverse. So we are in this range here and never getting out of this range. It's oops, come on, bye. It's not really easy to navigate price when we are in such a range on a higher time frame, but on the lower time frame, there are clean opportunities. So the monthly, there is nothing much to say. We're still stuck in the same range. If I go on the weekly, what we can see here is that this is a weekly time frame, so we should keep that in mind. The short-term order flow here is bullish, but the structure on the weekly is bearish. So what is more important when I'm considering of taking trades? Order flow, because the order flow is telling you what is happening at the moment, not the structure. So whenever I'm looking for opportunities, I want to make sure that three time frames have the same order flow that aligns with my bias. So from here, I'm not going to spend much time on the weekly chart because there is nothing much to say. We took this buy side liquidity pull. We tested this weekly fair value gap last week and we had really nice movements and really nice trade ideas in this range. We had first weekly high being taken, then we had weekly low being taken, and then we went back in the same range as before, which is going to be more clear if I open the daily chart. So the structure on the daily remains bullish. We're still creating higher highs and higher lows. And From here, we took this low resistance trend line liquidity. We pushed lower, so buy side liquidity against sell side liquidity and another buy side liquidity. So what is currently happening is we might see price respecting, we're most likely going to see price respecting the bullish PDRS that it created in order to continue higher. So as I mentioned on DXY, my or for like my ideas for the beginning of the week would be to see this point of interest being respected in order for price to continue higher and first target this low resistance liquidity. And once we target this low resistance liquidity, we don't know. We just have to wait and see what price wants to do. If it wants to continue higher and violate this weekly structure, or it wants to shift order flow and continue lower and target this low resistance liquidity on the downside. But currently, we're in a bullish order flow, so I'm bullish on EURUSD. And for for today, as I mentioned, the first area that price might respect would be the 15-minute order block that we have here, which is this one. But this might act as internal liquidity, internal sell side liquidity, before price taps into this higher time frame order block, which was a clear one on the 1 hour chart, or in 4 hour actually. It's more cleaner on the 4 hour chart. So we see this order block, and if I take um, Fibonacci on this last expansion that we had on the upside, we can see price comes here to this 15-minute order block. It can respect it and it can continue, as simple as that. Nothing complicated, or at least not for me. um, Let me know if things are clear. And something that I've marked here on the 15-minute structure, which is not that obvious on the 1 hour chart, is the same thing that I mentioned on DXY. We might see price respecting this point of interest that we have here, uh, bullish order block, come to here and respect the short-term structure. So the 15-minute structure, short-term, has broken on the downside. So the 15-minute is currently bearish. So what we might see is price respecting here, as we can see already now, coming to this order block, continuing lower, and afterwards continuing higher. So this is the most likely scenario, in my opinion, that is good for like that the market wants to trap uh, traders. So the more manipulations we have, the more valid idea would be kind of. So what I'm anticipating to see today is definitely price maybe respecting this order block, coming to here, dropping lower, and after that I'll be looking for long opportunities. Let's say if price drops lower than here, then it's possible that it will respect this order block, but not as much as, like, if the order flow wants to not like to see Friday's low being violated. Okay, seems like it's reconnected now.